Yeah, it's true. The world can be cruel. But what does that mean to you? What's that really mean to you? What's the picture in your head you drew? It's hard to fathom just how far we have come. You moved heaven and earth, but still you feel pressed under the gun. But nobody's finger is up on that trigger, yet you snipe at yourself when no one can help. I guess some battles must be fought alone. So please, baby, please be good to yourself. Be good to yourself. It's a cold world now, please. Baby, please be good to yourself. In those moments when no one can help, baby, be good to yourself.
Across the world, humans value kindness. Every religion has something to say about it. Kindness means a lot to us. And yet we struggle with it. With receiving it, with giving it how we would want to. The fact is, the world can be cruel. Pain, sorrow, it's a part of life. All of us have experienced loss, grief. We've all been hurt at some point, felt abandoned. We've been disappointed, and we've been disappointed in ourselves. All of us at some point have felt like a total failure. I'm fairly confident that everyone here can relate to at least most of these experiences. They're pretty universal. We all go through things like this, and ironically, when we're in the experience of them, we often feel really alone. When we're in our pain, our suffering is magnified by feeling separated and apart. And as social creatures, feeling alone is physiologically very scary for us. But kindness, it's about connecting. And so it counters and soothes the pain of loneliness. I remember one of the darkest times of my life. My children were very young. They were just 2 and 6 years old, and their dad, my husband, was dying in hospice of cancer. In his last few days, it all just felt so hard. I felt just totally raw and overwhelmed. Everything inside me felt clenched and poisonous. But I remember in that time, the smallest little kindnesses from the hospice staff or whoever suddenly meant everything to me. These little moments of feeling like people could see me and feel me. They wanted the best for me. And they could take my pain and my horror, my fear, surround it with warmth. In those days, my heart was like this tightly clenched fist. But the kindness I experienced would open it up a little bit. Maybe you can remember a kindness that you've received that's meant a lot to you. Or maybe you can remember a time that you were able to give kindness to someone who really needed it. Giving and receiving. It all represents connection. And kindness is more than just a moral obligation. It calms our nervous systems. It is a source of fulfillment. And meaning. and pleasure. If only we could spend our lives just alternating between giving and receiving kindness. What a paradise this world would be. But there is an obstacle to this paradise. Well, there's probably several, but there's one that we can actually work with. And that's our mind, our own minds. I mean, we all have thoughts, this constant stream of running chatter. And the thoughts, they talk to us like a voice in our heads. And the voice tells us things about the world and about ourselves. And for most of us, the inner voice is not particularly kind. In fact, it can often be vicious. I know my inner voice can be. My inner voice spends a lot of its time just berating me for any mistakes I might make, or for not being good enough at something. It diminishes all my accomplishments. It constantly pushes me to compare myself to other people. And it's incessant. Even when I'm trying to have a conversation with a real person, a friend or a family member, the voice sometimes just completely talks over them, trying to craft my perfect little witty response, or criticizing my last response. I mean, if my voice, my inner voice, was a person, a real person, it would be the kind of person that would burst into my room in the middle of the night when I'm trying to fall asleep and just start yelling different things that I should worry about. I mean, what the fuck? What kind of person would do that? If this voice was a person, I would want nothing to do with them. But it's challenging because, unfortunately, this nightmare of a person lives inside my own mind. And I suspect that you have a person of at least somewhat similar character living in your mind. It's actually a very natural part of being human. The voice isn't evil, it doesn't want to be cruel just for the sake of it. It wants to help you. It wants to protect you. But it doesn't see the bigger picture. It's just scared. It's terrified of loneliness, of being rejected and alone. loving kindness meditation. We're going to flood our bodies. We're going to flood this room with the energy of kindness. To begin, to get the kindness flowing, I invite you to choose a person that inspires kind feelings in you. It doesn't have to be the person you love most in the world. Just choose someone that makes you feel a simple warmth in your heart. Someone for whom you have just an uncomplicated love for. You just like to see them content. It could be anyone. It doesn't even have to be a person. It could be an animal. But once you have that person or your animal in your mind, bring your attention to the feelings of tenderness you have. Bring your focus to the area around your heart. If it helps to place a hand over your heart to gather your focus. But once you've brought your attention to the area around your heart, imagine your breath is moving in and out of your heart. And just imagine that kindness and compassion is streaming like a light and a warmth from your heart into the heart of the person or animal that you chose. Send them all those kind, loving, tender feelings. Send them kind words. Maybe something like, I want you to be happy and healthy. If you're suffering, I hope that it passes soon. I wish you to feel peaceful and loved. Now imagine that all the warmth and light of kindness that is streaming from your heart out into this person or animal is moving back towards you, back into your own heart, and circulating throughout your entire body. See if you can allow yourself to receive all that kind energy, all that compassion, that warmth. Allow yourself to receive kind words. In your mind's eye, say to yourself, I wish you to be happy and healthy. If you're suffering, I hope that it passes soon. wish you to feel peaceful and loved. And you can support feelings of kindness towards yourself by offering yourself some kind touch. You can try maybe holding one of your hands with your other hand, maybe bringing both of them to your heart. You can explore stroking your own arms with tenderness. One of the things about being human is that physical touch, it's important to us. And when we're touched, our brains produce oxytocin, which is a chemical that helps us to regulate our emotions. And it helps us to feel connected and loved. And studies have proven that you don't need to be touched by another person to produce this effect. We're so used to looking outside of ourselves to meet our needs, but see if you can allow yourself to offer yourself and receive from yourself loving, compassionate touch. Just explore what feels good. Maybe you can try brushing your cheeks with your fingers, and holding your own face in your hands can feel very sweet. Try wrapping your arms around yourself and giving yourself a full, supportive hug. Just whatever feels most caring to you. At any point, your inner voice, your inner critic shows up, see if you can offer it kindness as well, and patience and compassion. Just bathe it in the warmth and light of your kindness. And now imagine all of your friends, family, any people you care about. Imagine them surrounding you as vividly as you can. And imagine that the warm glow of kindness is moving from your heart into their hearts. Suffering, I wish that it passes soon. I wish you to feel peaceful and loved. Now imagine they're sending all that kindness back to you. All the people that care about you, all the people that have ever cared about you, are sending you their loving, tender, kind compassion. And now expand the circle by sending loving kindness to see at the store, strangers. Imagine people with whom you have difficulty sharing kindness with. And send them kindness. Imagine that kindness is moving back and forth from your heart into their hearts. Now imagine planet Earth, with all of its inhabitants, and send loving kindness and compassion to all living beings across the world. And you're a part of this worldwide circle of kindness. Just imagine it. Let yourself breathe it in.